When it was my son's dad's weekend to have him, he would really badmouth me to them, saying I was an awful person. He was very angry because I decided that I didn't want to be with him anymore. I mean, it was a mutual decision at the beginning, but then he decided that that wasn't something he wanted. So I used to hear him bad-mouthing me about me to my friends. My friends would literally have to take my son out of the room because they could see that what Daddy was saying was not fair and also not true, and it was affecting him. At the time, it's obviously this made me really angry, but you know, what can you do apart from just trust that your friends are going to do the right thing? And I mean, you have to just somehow compensate that to your child by saying, you know, I understand Daddy said some nasty things about me today, and I hope, you know, if you ever worried about it, you need to talk to me about it. But to be honest, he was so young at the time, it sort of fell off him, really. He didn't really understand it. However, I'm sure it went in, and I'm surprised he didn't bring that anger back to me more often as a child. It's not my son's problem. It's not something that you ever want them to kind of have to deal with. It's immediately, I think, once you let your child hear all of those emotions in the wrong way as they come out as anger, you're just being incredibly selfish, because then they will carry that worry and that guilt with them, and that's just not fair. I think because they're under 2, they can't really express it. I don't think they do really express it. It was when he got older that the tics developed, when he was more like 3 or 4. I think there was always, even from that age, there was always a nervousness about talking to me about his dad, which is strange because I never did anything or said anything about his dad. I felt really awful for him and really sorry for him that he couldn't be open about how he felt about his dad or how he was feeling or what his reactions were. He didn't feel confident enough to talk about it. A child at any age, especially when they're young, is susceptible to everything that you say to them, everything that they hear. They're like a sponge. If one parent slags off another parent, even at the child who's under 2, of course they're going to pick up on that. Not just what they're saying and the vocabulary, it's the feelings that go with it, the anger, the frustration, and you know, that's then what you're teaching your child to behave like or to feel like, to think that that's normal. That's not good at all for a child. I think definitely under 2. And they can't show their emotions, and they haven't quite formed that yet, that they think they're not susceptible to, you know, babies in the womb are susceptible to everything. So why wouldn't they be susceptible to hearing bad things said about each other? It's not conducive to good, to bring up a child in the right way. I think it's just a huge mistake. I think if you're a father or a mother and you're not living with the child, the time that you have with that child is sacrosanct, and you should make it the happiest time, really, for that child. It's not, if you are angry for any reason, and you may have all rights to be angry, they may have done something really heinous, it's not the child's fault, and it's not the child's responsibility, and it's not fair to put that child through any horrible emotions that you might be feeling. Eventually, you know, he met someone else and he became more positive about me as a person and about my role as a mother, and he became complimentary rather than horrible. Basically, you have to be positive about the other parent who the child is living with, otherwise they're going home and they're not going to, you know, they're not going to see their mum or dad in the right way, And it's their relationship with their mother, not yours. You shouldn't be projecting your hatred onto the child who will then take that home with them. It's a bad idea.